Are you a busy 35 plus year old guy struggling to lose weight and build muscle right now? No problem, stick around because I'm going to show you in 4 steps how I teach my private clients how to overcome the struggles, understand the struggles, and start embedding these skills and steps into your life. And as an added bonus, if you comment steps below, I'm going to give you access to my Metabolic Masterclass, which gives you all of the information and understanding of your metabolic type, body type, where you can really dial in these steps and get the results you're looking to achieve. Now, before we get into this, let me just introduce myself. I'm Coach Joe Davis. I'm a body transformation specialist working with clients all around the world. We have clients over in Dubai, we have clients over in the States, the UK, and we sometimes have clients in places like Egypt and in Europe as well. And what I've learned over many years of being in the industry, going through my own body transformation, and as well as getting a little bit older, like closer to 40, I've really started to understand the struggles and challenges that we face as men, and of course, how we can start overcoming this. Now, I mentioned struggles. Let's get into this. I've got my pen. I mentioned struggles. I mentioned that's the first issue. The first struggle that we really need to understand is that as men at 35 plus, we start to lose testosterone. We start to develop low test. Now, it's proven that we actually start reducing in testosterone, like our bodies stop producing testosterone between somewhere around about 0.4 and 2% every year. So you think of the compounding effect of that over many years, particularly as we approach our 40s and 50s. Like this is big. So low testosterone is an issue. Our bodies produce less of it, but of course, implementing the steps, as I'm going to show you in a moment, is a very, very effective way to start improving and building your testosterone levels. The other issue we have, number 2 here, is time. Now, when we were in our 20s and maybe our early 30s, we had more time on our hands. We had less responsibilities. We probably didn't have a family at that point. Most of us in our late 30s, middle to late 30s, 40s, 50s have families and have busy professional careers as well. Now, time is a constraint. And what this means is that we need to find ways to overcome the challenges of time because they're always going to be there. And of course, the steps will show you this. The next issue that I've identified for men of this age bracket, which is my age bracket, is most of us have got poor sleep. We're having poor sleep. And the reasons why are usually correlated with everything we've already discussed. Low testosterone, struggles with time, work demands, commitments, family commitments, it's all endless. Financial demands, it's just endless. The reasons why we're having poor sleep, stress, all these things correlate. So we need to understand that sleep is an issue because if we're not recovering, we're not getting the recovery our bodies need, we're not going to be able to, it's not going to do what we want to do. It's not going to lose weight. It's not going to build muscle because the body is just in a stress state. It's not recovered. And number 4, this is one of the biggest ones really, is poor diet. Now, as busy 35 plus year old guys, we're on the go, we're on the move all the time. And a lot of my guys who came to me when they first started, what I've learned is, and what I've identified is that most are eating for convenience. And it tends to be the wrong types of foods, the wrong types of, the wrong selections, the wrong times that we're eating, and of course in the wrong quantities. So poor diet is directly linked to all these problems, and of course reasons why we're not losing the weight, we're building muscle. So let's look at the steps, the solutions to this, okay? Number 1, step 1, workouts. Now we've mentioned time, okay? We've also mentioned sleep, and we're gonna double that as recovery. Workouts need to be quick, they need to be fast, they need to be effective. Because, like I said, time is one of the biggest constrictions. Now, when I was 20 or 25, I had lots of time to go and train. In fact, I could probably spend 3 hours in the gym. These days, hey, I'm lucky if I got 40 minutes. So 40 minutes frequently, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, is the best approach because, of course, it's time efficient, right? But of course, the workout needs to be effective as well. So we need to be working intensely. We need to be using compound movements. We need to be stimulating muscle fibers, stimulating the metabolism, boosting the metabolism high, and in line then boosting the the testosterone levels in the body, because with a faster metabolism and a stimulated metabolism, stimulated muscles, testosterone is going to naturally increase, but of course in line with everything else we're discussing here. I also mentioned recovery there. I mentioned 4 days a week. You know, back when I was in my 20s, I could train 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day. Like, that is a no-no now for us guys at 35 plus, because, you know, we just don't recover the same as we did when we were younger. So we need to have maybe less frequent workouts, maybe around 4 a week, and allow some recovery outside of that, so our bodies can respond and benefit from the stimulation that we're creating in the gym and creating our home workouts, whatever we're doing, whatever your thing is. Step 2 is nutrition. Now, I can't stress this enough. There's no outrunning the knife and fork, and there's no out training a bad diet. And if you've got a poor diet, guys, you know, this is going to impact testosterone levels, recovery, how we feel, our mood, our energy levels. You know, it's endless. So we need to start thinking about nutrition, and we need to start thinking about how we make it sustainable. Now, eating like a bodybuilder is definitely not sustainable. You know, the whole sort of 6, 7, 8 meals a day thing, you know, chicken and rice, that kind of thing. Forget about all that. What you need to do is just get a good balanced 3 meals a day in. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner as a starting point with a good balanced plate. You know, some proteins, some carbohydrates, some fats, all from whole foods. And you can Google this, whole types of foods. You know, so you've got a good variety of nutrients. In line with that, then, you know, a good source of fiber with each meal. So vegetables, salad, fruit as well. Be careful with the fruit though, because they tend to be high in calories. And that way, then, you know, you're getting a good, sustainable nutritional balance. And this will, in line then, help with the metabolism and, of course, help with the testosterone levels. And fats are very important for that as well. Step 3, recovery. Now, we've mentioned recovery, we've mentioned sleep. Now, what I've learned a lot about, you know, working with guys of my age group, and of course being in my own business as well and being a busy professional, is that we just don't switch off. You know, like I said, we've got so many demands on us. We're so busy. We've got so much going on in our minds, and we just don't have cut-off points in the day. Whereas this is really important because there's no wind down time. And of course, when we get to bed, we start, you know, we go to our beds to sleep. We're still wired, and we're probably not dropping off for a long time. And then when we are dropping off, we're not getting deep, meaningful sleep. So cut off points in the day where you can just wind down, wind your mind down, wind your body down, and allow yourself some time just to, you know, get into that recovery cycle where you can go to bed and get a good night's sleep. And if you can get some good sleep or some deep, meaningful sleep, I promise you, your testosterone levels are going to increase. Your recovery is going to get so much better. You're going to have so much more energy. You're going to feel so much more refreshed. Of course, with your diet in check as well. And everything is just going to start flowing the right way for you. So recovery is very important. And of course, step number 4, and this is really, really huge, guys, because having the plan is great, but if it's not structured, which is step 4, it's not going to work. So we think about cut-off points in the day of, like, you know, to give ourselves some downtime, recovery time. That's one element of structure. Another element of structure might be thinking about our workout times. When can we build that in? Where can we embed that into our lives? And, you know, make that sustainable, because structure leads to sustainability. And of course, it's the same with nutrition as well. Can we give ourselves some time in the day where we can stop and we can actually eat a meal which is good for us and nourishing and is going to serve our goals and serve our bodies and our health and our well-being? And that is pretty much it, guys. It's implementing those 4 steps, overcoming these struggles, consistency, sustainability, and making it happen. I hope that helped. Coach Joe out. Stay tuned for the next training video.